Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm going to wait a few minutes here while people are hopping on to just kind of gather myself, say hello. Hope you're having a great Sunday night. Who's on? Hey, drop your name as you jump on so I can read your name and see who's, because I cannot see the circles. I can't see you. Hey, Doris. Hey. Oh, hi, Brian. I love you. So glad. Hope you're having a good day. I've been thinking about you. I said to Mark, praying about my Brian. Our Brian, we love you. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to kind of babble for a couple minutes here until everybody, kind of joins in. But I hope you're having a really good evening, and that you're comfortable and that you have a beverage of choice. Mine is water right now. I don't normally come on late at night, but I'm just feeling pulled and like I'm supposed to talk to you today. So my title was, stop carrying other people's fear, because I've done that for a very long time in my life because I never wanted to offend other people. And I also heard, in the back of my head, other people speaking to me as I'm doing things like, you shouldn't be doing that, or why are you doing that, or hey, Lori, how you doing? So welcome into my room. Wish y'all were right here in my kitchen, sitting with me and having a glass of wine or whatever you would like to drink. But anyway, I'm just talking about, how we let thoughts direct our actions in what we do, how we do it, and why we do it or why we don't do something. And so as you're hopping on, just drop your name. And thank you so much for being here today. But I'm just feeling very called this evening to come on at 9:00 at night on a Sunday, which I have not done ever, like this late. But I was sharing earlier, I was just feeling really called to just share some things. Because as I'm growing as a person in my life, that I still have baggage that I've carried. I'm better and I'm way better at it. And I don't carry the baggage as long. It might just be for a few minutes until I realize, like, hey, this baggage isn't taking me to the location where I want to go. So I'm asking you right now, just clear, whose voice are you listening to? Who are you hearing? What are you hearing in your head every day as you're taking action in your life? Especially, it's a brand new year. As we all know, 2020 was just a disaster. However, there was a lot of good that's coming out of 2020. So what we tell ourselves, it's either been a shit year, or it's been a year that's made me think. It's been a year that's made me come back to myself in, I think, in a stronger way than I ever have before. And I've always felt like I've been very, very driven. But now I'm being driven for a new purpose, and that's to really bring and really help people, and to not only restore hair through product, I do that, but really restore your dream and restore your faith in yourself, and to restore your excitement. I want you to just come alive in 2021, because 2020 kind of shut us down for a lot of people. But you either got bitter or you got better in 2020. I'm hoping that you got better. And if not, if you're still in this block of holding on to baggage in your head, I want you to ask yourself, like, who are you listening to? Who's talking to you in your head besides the Lord? That is truth and the way and the light. Or are you hearing people in your life that may have said, you're not good enough, you can't do that, why are you doing that, that looks stupid, why are you doing that, nobody's listening to you. Those are things in my past that stopped me from doing the things that I felt called to do way back years and years ago. And so through my process of growing, I have learned to just recognize the language and the fight that that goes on in my head every day. So if you have that, if you can relate to like the fight in your head, just drop a thumbs up or say, hey, I hear you, because I feel like driven and pulled to talk of some of the things that we don't talk openly about. It's about damn time we did, right? It's about time that we start standing up for our dream and the dreamer within us, and for you to have that opportunity to just say, yes, I have a dream. Yes, I have a vision. Yes, I've been blessed with something that I have a gift to give to the world. And each of us have a different gift to give to the world. But we don't share, or sometimes we don't go for these dreams because of the thoughts in our head and the other people that we hear. And it may not be even somebody specific. It might just be this way, the environment that you're exposed to and the culture of maybe where you're working. The culture isn't positive enough to help you dream or to help you do better in your job or your work that you're doing, that you sell yourself short because of what other people are thinking. Isn't that silly? Because we might offend somebody, or we might say the wrong thing, or we might say it wrong, or people might mock you, or they think less of you because you do something other than what they expected you. Don't let people drive the wrong way down your road, sister. I love that. Our strength is their roadblock. Yes. Thank you for that. I want you to think about, as you go through your day, 2020 I feel is an awakening. It's a time for us to restore ourselves, restore our dream, but also to wake up the dreamer within yourself, to come alive and do some of the things that you thought you would never do or that you wanted to do, and you see them way out here and you think they're not attainable. Everything that you want in life is available to you. And I know you've heard that, but do you really understand it? Do you believe it? Do you want it? Are you going to do whatever it takes? Are you going to find the people to surround yourself with to do that? Because the things that go in up here on a daily basis is old baggage. So I want you to take a new trip. Take a new journey and get away start detoxing your life from the things that hold you back. Start to detox yourself from the thoughts that hold you back. Start to disconnect, say the critic within us will stop you. It stopped me for years. It was like, what are you doing? You can't do that. You've never done that before. You've never made it past this far. You don't know what to do. Well, I'm like, you know what? Thanks for showing up, but you've done your job, critic. Now it's time to go away, and you can be there and just remind me every once in a while to stay connected to the truth. But when you start to do things bigger than you've ever done before, those thoughts start to show up. Coming on this and doing this live, like all the 5 minutes previous, like I've been wanting to do it all day. It's just like, when am I going to do it? And I finally said, it's 9:00. What are you waiting for? Push live. Oh, it's like, it's scary. It's scary to step outside of those things that we don't normally do. But in order to bring change to your life, you have to change. You have to do something different than you've ever done before. You know the definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting something different. However, I want you to grasp the thought that you can take the lid off anything that you've done in your past and double it. Anything that you've done before in your life that you feel good about, that you've accomplished, do it again and then double it. And then double it again and then double it again after that. Because when that starts happening, you guys, the more times you double the success, the faster the success train starts rolling. Do you get that? I don't care what you're doing. If you go back to school, if you start a new job, you sometimes start having kids, and that's kind of what happened to me, and they just kept coming because we were successful. And they would have kept coming, but anyway, you get my drift. So whatever you're doing, it takes a lot of energy to get started. It takes reprogramming your brain so that you can bring in new thoughts and new energies, You have to surround yourself with like-minded people so that you get the fuel to keep going. Because when we don't refuel ourselves, keep filling the tank, then you stop. You're on E, you're running on empty. So if you're not fueling yourself to be able to redirect the thoughts in your head, then you run out of gas, you run out of steam, and then you just like, you're right, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have the tools. I don't have the money. Those are all limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself. So what are you going to do in 2021? There's a couple thoughts here. Let me ask you, do you exchange your time to replace the expense of like giving the time to your family? I used to we would see people that work super hard. I'm one of them. When I'm doing something, I give it all. I work 50, 60 hours a week in my nursing job, and then I find time and I make time to help people with their hair. That's what I do because I love it, and it fills me. It fulfills my joy. My dream is to replace and swap that, So at 55 years old, I can't nurse for another 10 or 15 years. Seriously, like doing what I'm doing, driving it all over. I put my life at risk every day that I'm going out the door as a nurse, working with workers' comp and auto claims. I like what I do. And there's moments of where it fuels my passion because it's competitive, and I'm working against myself to beat my last month to help my family. So that fuels me. So you have to find something that fuels you. But it was leaving me a little empty. And so I found something because I just left myself open for opportunity to find something that fuels me. And helping people, hair fuels me. Not that this conversation's about that, but it's about what do you want? What do you want different in your life? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up or remove from your life that isn't fueling you? If it's not, doesn't mean you don't, and if it's people or, things, it doesn't mean you don't love them. But sometimes you have to remove yourself, even if it's for a temporary short period of time, so that you can refocus and regroup and get back to the truth, because the toxicity is what is in your brain. What you focus on multiplies. What is it that you're focusing on that's multiplying? What's the first thing you think of when you wake up? What's the last thing you think of before you go to bed? And what are you thinking about probably all day? Is it about lack of money? Is it about somebody that, you've had a disgruntled with? Is it someone, Yep, I agree, Lori. Is it, your job and you're thinking about it because you don't like it? And so you think about it before you go to bed. You're just anxious because you have to get up in the next morning and go do it again, and that's not what you want to do. Well, what do you need to do to change that? How many times are you going to do that? And how much longer are you going to do that type of activity, you guys? I'm here to help you think, help the thinker think and the thinker think. So it's like believe and achieve. But it takes plugging in and helping. Hey, Dr. Now. I'm getting distracted by all these people hopping on. But it's deciding on what you want to do for your life. So if you're waking up, if you like tonight, how many people are getting up to do a job tomorrow? Are you stressed about it? Why? You got to make money somehow, so how are you going to do that? If you don't like your job and you don't like the surroundings and the environment, then change it. Aw, thanks, Mary Beth. Yeah, we got to fuel each other up. So pull alongside of my car and I'll just hand you the fuel hose and get you motivated. You have to motivate yourself. I can't do that, but I can give you the fuel to do that with. Okay, so hanging around me, I hang around people that fuel me. I do things that bring me joy, and if I have to do it, I don't know if there's really anything I really have to do. Okay, so what is it that you're thinking that you have to see? Those are old, those are limiting beliefs. So are you stressed about tomorrow waking up and going to a job that you don't like? And if you are, start doing, what are you going to do different in 2021? Do you want to have a new job by summer? Do you want to have a new job by February? What do you need to do? You need either a belief, you need either knowledge, or you need tools. 3 things that you need in order to help you change. And you also need motivation and all these other little things. But do you have to go back to school? Do you need to get certified? Do you need to go get a stronger degree? Do you need some training? Can you read some books and be motivated to help you direct you down the path and the roadway that you want to go? Do you want to hang around people that motivate? You will become like the 5 people you hang around and the 5 books you read. The books you read and the people you hang around, you will become like them. So if you want more in your life and you want to get better, you have to fuel yourself. You can't wake up tomorrow like you did today and expect tomorrow to be different than today if you don't change anything, right? So if you want more in your life and you want a better life and you want to help other people, see, I like what I do because I help other people. I don't just do my job that I could do all day by myself, and I could do that and be really, really happy, but I'm not moving people. I don't, and that's why I love doing the money. I'm just going to tell you, that's why I love it, because I can help motivate people and help them. They change their life, not me, but I can give them the belief until they believe it. I can give them the tools to use, and then I can give them the knowledge or expose them to the knowledge. There's so many ways, and I'm not the only way to do it, but there are so many ways. But if you don't take action to change what you're doing to get different results, you're going to wake up in 6 months or in 2022 next year, and you're going to go, what the freak just happened this year? I'm in the same boat or I'm worse. So you're either going uphill or you're going down. There ain't no idling. Okay, so you think, oh, I'm just going to put that on the back burner. Well, you know what? That burner's on fire because it's going away. It's not going to stay. So you're either going to be on a train going up to the top of the mountain every day, or you're going to go, it's faster going down than it is going up. So the more often you stop, I don't care if you're trying to lose weight, you're going for a new job, you're going to school, but you're only taking 1 class at a time instead of 3 classes at a time. It just takes longer. So how do you want to get there? So what do you want your life to look like? What have you done since January 1st to the 17th today to change your life? What have you done to change? Drop it in the comments. I want to know, what have you done since January 1st when you made the commitment to yourself and you were all fired up, where are you now? And you are where you are now because of the thoughts in your head. So you've either advanced and you're like, woo, this is going good, or I did a few things. I got on the treadmill 3 times or once or whatever. Or I made those contacts I needed to make, or I really helped somebody, or I was going to help them, but I didn't. Or you didn't do anything. Well, you didn't do anything, or you're not really where you want to be because of the thoughts. I'm not where I want to be because of the things that I've had in my head. Like, you shouldn't do that live because somebody's going to call you, you're like, what she thinks she knows. Well, you know what? I'm living it, so I can talk about it. And I want you to do the same thing. Where do you want to be? What do you want to have? And who are you going to take with you? Who are you going to take with you? Here's something for you. You know, people say, well, I don't have time. I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to make the changes. Well, time is going to keep going, and it just doesn't stop. And you can't keep time. But you can control the task in your day to get the things done that you need to do in order to have more time. The more focused I become on what's most intentional for me to get done, the more time I have. Like I can't believe like how things have shifted just in the way I'm thinking and how time shows up for me. And my days seem longer and I get more done. And I can have time to relax. But I've done more and have achieved more in the last 3 months than I did in the first 7 months. 9 months. Than the first 9 months. I did more in the last 3 months than in the first 9 months of 2020 because of what changed up here. And so, what are you going to change and how are you going to change it? And the only way you're going to change it is stay plugged in. So I'm committed to, coming back. I'm committed to doing more lives. I'm going to share some things about my products probably along the way. However, my goal in 2021 is to restore people's hope and to help you dig and weed through the shit up here in your head between these two ears right here. Because it's so critical of how you think, the energy you put out because of the way you think. That is what people are either attracting you or not. And so when you stop listening to the things that keep you stuck and find out why that's important to you, and then you deal with why you think that's important to you, or you have the conversation with the thought that's in your head. Like here's something that helped me a long time ago. I had a question asked to me when I was in a group training, and it was about, I had big goals and I had things I wanted to get done, but the question was, think about what you want. So this is my question for you before I close. Think about what you want that's you haven't achieved or you want to achieve for 2021. Whether it's a business goal, a health goal, maybe losing weight, maybe even gaining weight. I know people that are underweight. Do you want to go back to school, or what is it that you want to do? So you've got this goal. Now I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to picture your father coming into the room and you're telling them about that dream. What do they say? What do they say? Woo. Okay. My dad would say, "You can do it, Sally. Go for it." Okay? I know there's a lot of dads out there that might not be saying that to you right now, and I'm feeling it. Keep your eyes closed. The second question is, okay, you have this dream and your mother walks into the room and you tell her about it. What does she say? My mom would say, "Be careful. Don't get hurt." You guys who know my mom, be careful and don't get hurt. Well, I still hear that, so I hesitate, okay? Because I don't want to get hurt. Close your eyes again. Your significant other is in the room with you and you share your dream or your vision with your significant other. What do they say? How does that empower or disempower you? It's huge. And you can continue to bring people into that vision and question until you get to the heart of what's holding you back. So when you get to the heart of what's holding you back or who's holding you back that's talking in your head, and you have a one-on-one either personally with them or personally within, and you say, "Thank you for showing up. I know you're just protecting me. But it no longer serves me. I have a big dream. I have a big dream." So in closing, I just want to end this with, you are my sunshine. Wherever I am and wherever you go, I want you to hold your head high. Stop hanging it low. I want you to be happy and be brave. I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget it. So don't sell yourself short. Do what makes your soul sing. Do what makes you happy. Sing it loud. Sing it loud. Shout it into the world. We love you. I love you. You can do it. You can do whatever your heart desires. So stop letting other people hold you back. Good night.